Cicero, the great Roman statesman, orator, and writer, says this: read at every weight, read at all hours, read within leisure, read about in times of labor, read as one goes in, read as one goes out. The task of the educated mind is simply put, read to lead. Hopefully, if you are here and you're a Christian leader, I hope that reading is a big part of your life. And if it's not, I want to encourage you to make some drastic changes in your life so that reading can become a huge part of your day, your week, your life. I think one of the easiest things to do is just to start carrying a book with you wherever you go. I don't know how many times I've walked into a store, or I'm in line at the post office, or I'm somewhere and I've thought, man, I wish I had my book with me, and it's sitting in the car. Because in those 5 minutes, you can spend 5 minutes reading. I'll often read even just at a stoplight. And don't tell my wife this, but sometimes I even read when I'm driving if conditions permit, mostly at stoplights and what's not. But another great thing to do while you're driving is if you have index cards and scripture on them, you can just review those while you're driving. But let's not talk about reading while you're driving, lest I get in trouble. But I do want to encourage you in one area of reading that I think really can help you grow as a leader, and that is to read book summaries. I love reading book summaries. In fact, this summer I read from ChristianBookSummaries.com their summary of Crazy Love. And I enjoyed it so much, I ended up ordering 10 copies of the book, never even having read the book, because, man, the content in the summary was just phenomenal. And so sent one to my dad, sent one to some other people, and people have really loved it. And one of these days, I'm actually going to read Crazy Love. But one of the great things about book summaries is you get condensed knowledge, the best quotes, the main points, the best thoughts, and you're able to take that in. And if you want to go deeper, you can order the book, you can buy the book and go deeper. But you get, in 10 pages or so, you get the knowledge of this book, something that somebody has kind of put their life into for a season, and you get all of that in a short little time span. One of the things that I do is I actually print them out from Christian Book Summaries. They're PDFs, and they're 7 to 10 pages or so. And these I've actually printed 2 to a page, and don't have a duplex printer, so I fed one in, and so the 8 pages only came out to be 2 pages. But I love being able to just print one of these out, read it, mark it up. In fact, next week I'm meeting with a friend, and we looked last night when he was over at my house, and we looked online, and he said, hey, I really would be interested in a couple of these, but he picked one of them. And so we're going to meet next week over lunch, and we'll have our summaries, and that'll spur us on into conversation and thinking, and how should we be living, and how should we be thinking, all those kind of things. And so I don't know if it's true. I've heard that you actually remember more from a book summary than even reading an entire book. You'll remember more of what the content was about if you read a summary. Who knows? Couldn't find any summaries or any studies to state whether or not that was true. But I do know that there's huge value in summaries. Well, I went to print one off, and you can see I ended up printing 11 and not the one that I needed. But I'm excited over the next few days to sit down and read through these and learn and see what it is I can get from these. The guy, David, who started Christian Book Summaries, seems like a really neat guy from just my limited experience with him on email. But what they produce is top-notch. And so I want to encourage you, go to ChristianBookSummaries.com, print off a few of those. There's actually one there on biblical leadership, and it is called, I'll put the link under the video, but the leadership dynamic. And I was at the bookstore a couple days ago, and I've already blown my budget for December for books. So I decided in January I was going to buy this book, The Leadership Dynamic, and I saw, he has a summary of it. And so downloaded the summary and that'll be on a link under this video. But there's a ton of other book summaries there on Christian living, and there's some other sources that have summaries of books that are really good, and maybe just do a Google and you can check some of those out. But Christian book summaries, free, top-notch stuff, and a great book, so I encourage you to check it out. God bless, and hope you have a great holiday season.